Ed Miliband was at his most comfortable, announcing policies squeezing the super rich in front of another friendly audience arranged by the Labour Party at Warwick University.
It isn't fair, it isn't just, it holds Britain back, and we will stop it. The next Labour government will abolish the non-dom rule.
The first criticism came from unexpected quarters. In a radio interview just 3 months ago, Ed Miliband's right-hand man argued against a blanket ban.
I think that it is important that you make sure the non-dom rules work in a fair way. I think they were too lax in the past. Both the last Labour government and this Conservative government have tightened them up. That's something I'll continue to look at. I think if you abolish the whole status, then probably it ends up costing Britain money, because there'll be some people who then leave the country. But I think we can be tougher, and we should be, and we will.
Are we really supposed to believe that Ed Balls changed his mind in just 3 months? And is this really more about punishing the wealthy rather than raising money, if you can't put a figure on how much you think it will actually raise?
If you're going to be here in Britain, enjoying the privileges of our country, then I think it is a simple intuition that you shouldn't be able to say, well, you know, I may have been born here, but my father wasn't born here, so I'm going to permanently be here and not pay taxes like everybody else. I think it is about what kind of country we want to be, and let people make that choice.
So what is the truth? More than one prominent non-dom has told Sky News today that they will leave the country if Ed Miliband's policy was implemented.
It is a total shambles. Within hours, their policy has unravelled. You have Ed Balls himself saying it would cost the country money. And when you look at the small print, it's clear that a majority of non-doms wouldn't be affected at all. So even the headlines are misleading.
But it's risky for Labour's opponents to seem like they're siding with the super wealthy.
This is, again, what Labour have sort of lost sight of, that in pursuing a headline, they forget that we must remain an open economy, but of course an economy which is not open to abuse.
Non-doms do pay tax on what they earn in the UK, but unlike most UK citizens, they don't pay tax on what they earn outside the country. You can be a non-dom if you, your father or grandfather was born outside the UK in a country which you regard as home. Ed Miliband now says he'll abolish the status completely if Labour wins the election. They'll replace it with a new system that taxes foreigners' earnings wherever it is. The truth is that Ed Miliband's speech here at Warwick University wasn't about money, it was about politics. For Labour, this election is all about trying to paint the Conservatives as the party for the rich. So it's strange that the very people they're trying to appeal to weren't let in. The speech might have been at a university, but students were kept firmly outside the room.
Yeah, we sort of hung around outside, but I don't think they were letting anyone else in, so...
It would have been interesting, but we weren't allowed, so we went and watched it online in the library.
It's a bit of a shame. One of our friends actually tried getting in, managed to get right through the doors, and then was taken away by security right at the last moment.
Official cameras were also kept out of a Sikh temple in Leamington, but footage filmed by one worshipper shows Ed Miliband, head covered and receiving a special robe as guest of honour. Even on a day when Labour feel they're leading the policy agenda, they want to keep the cameras at arm's length from their leader. Sophie Ridge, Sky News, Coventry.